Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you of something simple yet profound. Life is too short. We often take time for granted, thinking that there's always more around the corner. But I'm here to tell you that corner never comes in the way we expect. The truth is, time is our most precious asset, and once it's gone, we can never get it back. Think about it. How many opportunities have passed you by because you were waiting for the perfect moment? How many dreams have been postponed because you were too busy? Life isn't about perfection. It's about taking action and making each moment count. You don't need to have everything figured out to take that first step. Now, I'm not saying you should rush through life, but what I am saying is this: stop procrastinating. Start living with purpose. Stop waiting for things to fall into place. Make them fall into place by taking consistent action, by creating habits that serve your long-term vision. We don't have all the time in the world. The clock is ticking, and every minute wasted is a minute you can never get back. So ask yourself, how are you spending your time? Are you waiting for life to happen to you, or are you making things happen? Today is the day to realize life is too short to live with regrets, too short to settle for mediocrity, and too short to not pursue the life you were meant to live. You can always earn more money, but time is irreplaceable. Every minute that passes is gone forever, so use it wisely. If you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll miss the opportunity to act. Life is about taking imperfect action. Now, no one knows what the future holds, so don't waste time thinking you have forever. Make every moment count. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. Take the first step, even when you're not fully prepared. Don't be afraid to fail. In fact, failure is often the best teacher you'll ever have. Learn from it and keep going. Every day is an opportunity to move toward your goals. Don't let time pass by without having a clear purpose. Age doesn't define when you should chase your dreams. The right time is now, regardless of where you are in life. Your daily habits shape your future. Don't wait to change until it's too late. Start today with positive, growth-oriented habits. Let's talk about time for a moment. Time is your most valuable asset, and it's something you can never get back. You can lose money, you can lose a job, you can lose friends, but time, once it's gone, it's gone. You'll never have the opportunity to relive this moment, to go back and do today over again. That's the reality. So what are you doing with your time? Are you spending it on things that truly matter, or are you letting it slip through your fingers on trivial pursuits? Now consider this: every day you wake up, you've been given a gift, a fresh new 24 hours. And it's up to you how you use it. You can use it to build your future, to grow, to learn, to make an impact. Or you can waste it by putting things off, by being distracted, by choosing things that won't move you forward. Time isn't something to be squandered. If you truly understand that time is your most valuable asset, you begin to see things differently. You stop procrastinating. You stop waiting for the right moment or for everything to be perfect. And to your question, time is not about the right moment or for everything to be perfect. The right time is now, and it's never guaranteed. You can have all the money in the world, all the knowledge, all the connections, but if you waste your time, what have you really gained? This is why time management isn't just a practical skill, it's a mindset. It's about understanding that every choice you make, every action you take is either investing in your future or draining your potential. What you do today has the power to shape tomorrow. If you spend your time wisely, you will reap the rewards. But if you let it slip away, you'll look back with regret. So start treating time like the precious resource it is. Prioritize what matters. Do what aligns with your values, your goals, and your bigger vision. Don't let time pass without making it count. Make every hour, every minute, every second an investment in the life you want to create. Because at the end of the day, your time is the only thing you can't get back. Don't waste it. You've heard it 1,000 times. I'll wait until the timing is right, or I'll start when everything falls into place. But let me tell you, there's no such thing as a perfect moment. The idea that you'll suddenly be ready or that everything will magically align is a trap. If you keep waiting for the perfect conditions, you'll be waiting forever. The truth is, life doesn't hand you a neatly packaged perfect moment. It's messy, unpredictable, and always changing. The best time to take action is not when everything is aligned, but when you decide to make it happen. You can't wait for the world to change around you. You've got to change yourself and make things happen in spite of the circumstances. Too often we tell ourselves, I'll wait until I have more experience, or I'll wait until I feel more confident. But waiting for confidence is like waiting for the rain to stop before you plant a garden. It doesn't work that way. Confidence is built through action, not inaction. You don't get better by sitting still. You get better by doing. There's no such thing as a perfect moment in time. What matters is that you make the decision to start. The longer you wait, the more time you lose, and the more opportunities slip by. Every moment you delay is a moment you'll never get back. So stop looking for the ideal circumstances and start where you are, with what you have, and figure it out along the way. Perfection is a myth. Action is what creates progress. And every action you take, no matter how small, puts you one step closer to where you want to be. The perfect moment will never come, but right now, in this very moment, you have everything you need to start. Don't let the illusion of perfection hold you back from stepping into the life you deserve. You have to decide to move forward, even when the conditions aren't perfect. The time to act is always now. Life doesn't come with guarantees. It's as simple as that. No one can promise you success, happiness, or even the next day. You don't know what's around the corner, and you certainly can't control everything that happens. But here's the beauty in that. It's the uncertainty that gives life its value. The fact that we don't have guarantees is what makes every moment, every decision, every effort so crucial. Think about it. We all have dreams, we all have goals, but just because we set them doesn't mean life will give us a smooth path. It's not going to hand you the perfect opportunity. It's not going to clear every obstacle from your way, and it's certainly not going to give you a pass on challenges. Life isn't fair, and it doesn't owe you anything. If you want something, you've got to go out and make it happen. What life does give you, though, is the chance to respond. It gives you the ability to choose what you'll do when things don't go your way, to decide whether you'll quit or keep pushing forward. Success isn't about having a life of guarantees. It's about how you handle the setbacks and how you show up when things don't go according to plan. So don't wait for someone to give you permission or a roadmap to success. Don't sit around expecting things to fall into place, because life doesn't work that way. If you want something, take action. Don't wait for everything to be perfect or guaranteed. There's no such thing. The only thing you can guarantee is your effort, your commitment, and your willingness to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles. We all get dealt a different hand in life, but it's not about the hand you're given. It's about how you play it. Don't sit on the sidelines waiting for guarantees. Get in the game, make your own luck, and build the life you want through the actions you take, because that's the only thing that life will truly offer, a chance to create your own destiny. Stop making excuses. We all have reasons, excuses that hold us back, and they seem so convincing, don't they? I don't have enough time. I don't have the right resources. I'm not ready. But let me tell you, if you keep feeding those excuses, you'll never move forward. Excuses are just stories we tell ourselves to avoid doing the hard work. And here's the thing. Every time you make an excuse, you're choosing comfort over growth. You're choosing to stay where you are instead of reaching for something better. It's easy to sit back and tell yourself that the timing isn't right, or that you need more knowledge, or that the circumstances just aren't in your favor. But do you know what successful people do? They don't wait for the perfect circumstances. They create them. They don't wait until they have all the resources or answers. They get started with what they have. They take action, even when it's messy. The truth is, excuses are the enemy of progress. They keep you stuck. They keep you from taking risks. They keep you from reaching your potential. And the longer you make excuses, the further you get from your goals. You can sit and wait for everything to align, or you can take what you've got and do something with it. Every successful person you admire had to face challenges, had to deal with obstacles, and had to overcome doubts, but they didn't let excuses stop them. They pushed through, and so can you. When you stop making excuses, you open the door to opportunity. You stop waiting for permission. You stop letting fear or doubt dictate your future. You take responsibility for your life, your choices, and your success. You don't wait for the world to change. You change the world around you by making the decision to act, regardless of how difficult it might seem. There's no magic moment where everything becomes perfect and the excuses disappear. It's up to you to make the decision to stop using them as a crutch. Instead of saying, I can't, say, how can I? Instead of waiting for everything to fall into place, take the first step, and the rest will follow. Your future isn't shaped by the excuses you make. It's shaped by the actions you take. So stop making excuses and start making progress. Your best life is waiting for you on the other side of your comfort zone. Failure is part of the journey. Let me say that again. Failure is part of the journey. It's not the enemy. It's not something to fear or avoid. In fact, it's a necessary part of growth. If you're not failing, you're probably not stretching yourself enough. Think about it. How many times did you fall before you learned to walk? How many times did you fail before you learned to ride a bike or tie your shoes or speak clearly? Failure is just feedback. It's a teacher, not a roadblock. We all want success. We all want to get to that next level. But the road to success is not a straight line. It's messy. It's full of bumps, detours, and yes, failures. But here's the secret. The most successful people aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who learn from it, who bounce back, and who keep moving forward with more wisdom and determination than before. Every failure is a lesson. Every misstep teaches you something about yourself, about your business, about life, and it sharpens you for the next challenge. Failure doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It simply means you're trying. And when you try, you will stumble. That's just part of the process. You can't succeed without risking failure. So, when it happens, and it will, don't get discouraged. Don't quit. Instead, take a moment to reflect, adjust, and learn. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? How can I grow from this? The more failures you have, the closer you get to your success. Success is built on a foundation of failures. The key is not letting failure define you. You are not a failure because you fall down. You are only a failure if you refuse to get up. Every time you get back up, you're one step closer to where you want to be. And remember, every failure, no matter how painful, is a stepping stone on your path to greatness. So stop fearing failure. Embrace it. Welcome it. Use it as a springboard to learn, grow, and move forward. If you want to be successful, you have to be willing to fail. It's the price you pay for progress. And when you look back on your journey, you'll realize that the failures you experienced were just as important, if not more important, than the successes. Because without them, you wouldn't be the person you are today, and you wouldn't have the resilience and wisdom that come with the journey. Failure is not the end. It's just the beginning of the next step towards success. Living with intention means waking up each day with purpose, not just going through the motions. It's about being deliberate with your actions, aligning your choices with your values, and taking control of your future. Too many people live their lives on autopilot, reacting to whatever comes their way, without ever taking the time to ask, is this what I really want? Is this moving me closer to my goals? Living with intention means you stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. When you live with intention, every decision you make carries weight. It's not about being perfect, but about being conscious of where you're directing your energy. It's easy to get distracted by all the noise, by what everyone else is doing, by the constant barrage of information and distraction. But living intentionally means saying no to things that don't align with where you want to go and saying yes to the things that move you forward. If you want a better life, you have to live with intention. If you want to achieve your goals, you need to put a plan in place and act on it every single day. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Create it with your daily habits. Make the decision that you will be intentional with your time, your relationships, your work, and your personal growth. It's not about waiting for the stars to align. It's about making each moment count and choosing actions that support your bigger vision. Every day is an opportunity to make progress. If you don't live with intention, time will pass you by and you'll look back wondering where it all went. But when you live with purpose, every day becomes a building block toward the life you want. You make better decisions, you stay focused on what truly matters, and you eliminate the distractions that hold you back. Living with intention doesn't mean everything will always go according to plan, but it does mean you are the one steering the ship. You're not just waiting for things to fall into place. You're making things fall into place with your actions. It's about being proactive instead of reactive. It's about taking responsibility for your life and shaping it with intention. If you want to live a fulfilling, successful life, you can't afford to waste time. You need to be clear about what you want and take consistent steps toward it day by day. That's living with intention. It's the difference between drifting through life and creating the life you truly desire. The choice is yours, but the power to shape your future is in your hands. Donald, live with intention and you will find yourself living a life that matters, a life that counts. You're never too old to start. Too often, people think that age is a barrier, that somehow if they haven't achieved their goals by a certain age, they've missed their chance. But that's simply not true. Life is not a race. with an expiration date. It's not about when you start. It's about the decision to start. If you're breathing, you have time. If you're here, it's not too late. The idea that it's too late is just another excuse that people use to avoid the discomfort of change. We've all heard stories of people who started later in life, whether it's a career change, a new business, or even learning a new skill, and went on to do remarkable things. Colonel Sanders started Kentucky Fried Chicken in his 60s, and Vera Wang didn't enter the fashion world until she was 40. The list goes on, and these stories prove one thing: age is not the limiting factor. Your belief in yourself, your commitment, and your willingness to take action, that's what makes the difference. It's easy to think that time has passed you by. You may feel like you're too far behind or that you should have started years ago, but don't let those thoughts hold you back. Learn the lessons. Just as with old age, you must honor the memories that bring you joy. Your mind does not have to. It's never too late to change direction, to pursue a new dream, or to reinvent yourself. The key is to make a choice, to stop letting your age, your past mistakes, or your current circumstances define your future. Yes, starting something new might come with challenges. You might feel like you're starting from scratch, but the fact that you've lived as long as you have means you bring a wealth of experience, knowledge, and insight to the table. You have life lessons that younger people don't. Use that. The advantage you have is your ability to think critically, to plan wisely, and to make decisions that align with your true values. Think about this. Every day you wait to start is one more day you're not moving closer to your dreams. Time is going to pass whether you take action or not. So you can either choose to wait, to feel sorry for yourself, or you can step up and make today the day you decide to take action. You're never too old to start. Your next chapter is waiting to be written, and the only thing holding you back is your decision to begin. It's not the age that defines you, it's the courage to begin. And the moment you decide that it's not too late, you'll discover a new sense of possibility. So don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. Start now, because you're never too old to start something new, something meaningful, and something that will make the rest of your life the best of your life. Building habits that serve your future is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Habits are the foundation upon which your life is built. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing your habits. The truth is, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. Your daily actions, the small decisions you make every day, will ultimately determine your future. If those actions are aligned with your goals and values, you're setting yourself up for success. But if they're scattered or disconnected, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Think about it. What you do today is shaping your tomorrow. Every time you choose to procrastinate, to give in to distractions, to avoid doing the hard work, you're delaying your progress. The key to achieving anything worthwhile is consistency. It's the little things you do every day, day after day, that build momentum. Whether it's reading, exercising, saving money, or working on your business, these daily actions compound over time. They might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they will yield big results. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you've developed the right habits. And here's the best part: you have control over them. You can choose to create habits that align with where you want to go, or you can allow habits that don't serve you to control your life. It's all in your hands. If you want a different future, you need to take a hard look at your daily habits and ask yourself, are these habits moving me closer to where I want to go, or are they holding me back? You don't have to change everything all at once. The power of habit is that small incremental changes build up over time. Start by focusing on one habit at a time. Want to get in shape? Start by making it a habit to work out for just 15 minutes a day. Want to improve your knowledge? Make reading a part of your daily routine. Want to build your wealth? Make saving a habit. It's not about making massive changes overnight. It's about making consistent progress in the right direction. But here's the thing. Habits are powerful because they often work in the background of our lives. They don't require motivation. They don't rely on inspiration, and they don't need perfect conditions. When you make something a habit, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it. You just do it. And over time, that's what leads to real transformation. So take control of your habits today. Start small, be consistent, and over time, you'll build a foundation that serves your future. Remember, the person you are in the future is the result of the habits you build today. If you want to live a life of success, fulfillment, and achievement, it all begins with the daily habits you choose to cultivate. Build habits that serve your future, and your future will take care of itself. Finally, small actions lead to big results. But here's the thing, most people overlook the power of the small. They're too focused on trying to make big, dramatic changes all at once. And when that doesn't happen, they get discouraged. But let me tell you something. Real, lasting success is built on the small things you do every day. It's the little habits, the small decisions, the seemingly insignificant actions that, when stacked over time, create massive results. Think about it. If you read just 10 pages of a book every day, by the end of the year, you'll have read several books. If you save just a small percentage of your income every month, in a few years, you'll have built a solid financial foundation. These are small, manageable actions, but over time, they compound into something much bigger. The secret isn't doing everything at once. It's making steady, consistent progress every single day. People often want to see instant results, but that's not how progress works. You don't wake up one day and suddenly have a successful business or perfect health. It happens little by little, one action at a time. If you work on your goals every day, even if it's just a small effort, you're building momentum. And that momentum is what carries you through the tough times, what helps you push past obstacles, and what ultimately leads to the big results you're after. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate progress. But what you may not realize is that every small step is a part of the bigger picture. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill, what starts small gradually builds into something much larger. The same is true with your efforts. When you put in the small actions consistently, they start to compound, and over time, they create results you couldn't have imagined at the start. So don't discount the small actions. Don't dismiss them because they seem insignificant. These are the building blocks of your success. Your daily actions, those seemingly tiny efforts, are the foundation for the big results you're chasing. And when you look back over time, you'll see that those small actions, taken consistently, were the key to unlocking everything you've worked for. Keep going. Keep taking those small steps, because the results will come and they'll be bigger than you ever expected. Your environment shapes your habits more than you realize. We often think of habits as something that comes from within, something we control with sheer willpower. But the truth is, your environment has a profound impact on the choices you make every day. Whether it's the people you spend time with, the places you frequent, or the things you surround yourself with, your environment plays a massive role in shaping your behavior. If you want to change your habits, you first need to look at the environment you've created for yourself. If you're constantly surrounded by distractions, if your space is cluttered, if the people around you are negative or unmotivated, how can you expect to stay focused and productive? Your environment either supports your goals or it works against you, sometimes without you even realizing it. If you want to build new, positive habits, you need to deliberately design your surroundings to make it easier to succeed. For example, if you want to eat healthier, you can't expect to keep a house full of junk food and resist temptation every time you open the pantry. If your environment is full of unhealthy choices, your willpower will only take you so far. But if you stock your kitchen with fresh fruits, vegetables, and healthy snacks, you're setting yourself up for success. You've made the right habits easier to follow and the bad ones harder to fall into. The same applies to your workspace. If you want to be productive but your desk is piled high with papers and distractions, how can you expect to focus? A cluttered environment leads to a cluttered mind. Clear your space, organize your tools, and make it easy for yourself to do the things that matter. The simpler and more efficient your environment is, the more likely you are to stay on track. Your relationships are part of your environment too. The people you surround yourself with have a huge influence on your habits. If you're constantly around people who aren't supportive of your goals, who are negative, or who don't share your values, it will be much harder to build the life you want. But when you surround yourself with people who motivate you, who encourage you to grow, and who challenge you to be better, your own habits will reflect that. The right environment lifts you up and pushes you toward your goals. Remember, we're all products of our environment to some degree. If you want to become the best version of yourself, you need to put yourself in the right environment for growth. Start by examining the spaces you inhabit, the people you associate with, and the daily influences you're exposed to. The more intentionally you design your environment to support the person you want to become, the easier it will be to build and maintain the habits that will lead you to success. Your environment is a powerful tool. Use it wisely.